Here at Pac-12 Media Days with Colorado head coach Mike MacIntyre. It's probably been a long couple days now dealing with the media. What has this experience been like for you?
Well, it's been a lot of fun. I've enjoyed meeting a lot of the media. I've enjoyed getting the word out about Colorado football, and it was fun today watching our players interact, and Paul and Shadera, so I enjoyed that.
At this point, though, you're probably ready to start coaching some football and stop answering questions?
Yeah. I'm ready to August 5th for our guys' report and August 6th to get on that practice field and get going and get our team out there and just dive into it. Exactly right.
Last couple of days, what's been the most random question that you've gotten?
Most random question I had was on the podium up there. They did that little spin deal, and it was, what star did I have a crush on? And I told them the star I had a crush on was my wife. That's the biggest star I know. And so they laughed. And so that was the funniest question I had so far, I guess.
That was the highlight of your introductory press conference, too, when you said, if you have any questions about whether or not I can recruit.
Exactly.
So,
no doubt.
The spring, you said a lot of it was about getting these guys to have fun playing football again. Is that still a point of emphasis going into camp? Do you think you've accomplished that?
No, I still think that we have to always emphasize passion, fun, enjoyment of work. Now, once you have that and you have that feeling of you're trying to accomplish something, football or anything that you accomplish is not always fun. So we have to work through those mundane days, those hard days, to keep pushing to realize what our final outcome is. And I think that they're starting to enjoy each other. I think they're starting to understand what they have to do to cohesiveness, to come together. And as we keep doing that, I think that makes it more fun. You're kind of going through misery together in a way.
Yeah.
And I think that we're starting to get that. We're not all the way there yet, but we're starting to get it.
Any other points of emphasis going into camp for your team?
Yes, the fundamentals. I know every coach says that, but we've got periods in practice specifically set up every day for fundamentals, not as much installing, not as much offense and defense. We have got to get some of the basics down first before we keep moving on. And if you just keep putting stuff in, you never get the basics right. So we've slowed down a little bit and changed our input just a little bit for this fall practice.
You said back in June that you meet with Dave Foreman, you bump into him almost on a daily basis. Obviously, you can't work with the players this summer, but what have you heard from him about the freshmen and just overall the summer conditioning program?
Right. He said that they're working hard and doing a good job. Matter of fact, today was their conditioning test. They did it this morning, so I'll call him later on tonight and find out how it went and how it did. And but he was pleased with what their work ethic. He was pleased with what they're doing, and we got about 95% of the guys going in the right direction. We got a few percent kind of not always with class and different things. So we're on the way, but we got to get some of the guys that are a little bit resistant on the committed side, and we're working on it, and hopefully they'll jump on over there.
You have a 205-pound true freshman safety in Tedrick Thompson on campus, 190-pound cornerback in Chidobe Awuzie. Are you pretty excited about those guys and getting to work with them? Oh,
I definitely am. I'm excited about them, and they're young men. With all these new rules that you've been hearing about on all these contact rules, the safeties and the DBs and linebackers are going to be the areas that you're going to see. Most of those guys are the ones that are going to get tagged with that. So you're going to have a few more guys playing. So we'll give those guys an opportunity early in fall camp to see if they're ready to go, and hopefully, physically they are, so hopefully they're ready to go mentally.
Do you know pretty early on during camp with the true freshmen which are ready? Is it within the first couple weeks?
Yeah, we'll know after about 2 weeks. After you kind of get everything installed and then you kind of get going and they kind of learn it a little bit, then you can really start seeing their athletic ability. So about 2 weeks in, we'll kind of have an idea, this guy's got a chance this year, or this guy probably needs a red shirt and get a little bit bigger and stronger, that type of thing.
With quarterback Connor Wood, as you've mentioned, is going to go into camp number one, but there's going to be a competition there. What changed for Connor Wood during spring break? It seemed like that was when he really came out and started to play with a lot of confidence.
Yeah, the last half of spring he played really well, and I don't know what changed. I just know that he was more accurate, he was more upbeat, he seemed more confident, and he made more plays. And I know you watched practice before and after and saw the same thing we saw. And so hopefully that has accelerated this summer, and the team elected him one of the captains, so I guess that the team seems like to me they believe in him, so we need to see it keep improving in the fall.
Do you like to narrow that down to two guys at quarterback fairly early in camp?
Not really. We do in a way, but I do a lot of repetitions. When you see us practice, we have two fields going, we have multiple huddles going. Competition and repetition at quarterback makes you improve, period. And so we'll keep the competition going, we'll keep the repetition going, and I think that'll help us all the way across.
Last two questions, going to put you on the spot. What's been the best experience that you've had since being the Colorado coach for the last 6-7 months?
Wow, great.
Is there a moment with the team this spring maybe? Or
Well, yeah. The moment, one of the best experiences I've had with our team was really it was probably the spring game in a way. The way that both sides battled, and I wanted to see that. We made it a game-like, and at the end of the game, one team was still fighting, the other one made the field goal, and they kind of rushed the field. I thought they showed they were enjoying playing and they were having fun, and that was just a spring game, And to me, that kind of emphasized what I was trying to get across this spring from when we started till we got there, because it felt like we were pulling teeth the first few days. And then they started doing it on their own. So that inspires you as a coach. You think they kind of caught it a little bit.
And lastly, you've said you've enjoyed going out to restaurants on Pearl Street.
Yeah.
Give me your number one restaurant on Pearl Street.
Well, it's got to be Pasta J's. And we love going there. Spaghetti's my favorite food. So it just happens that Pasta J's is a place we love to go. And we visit a lot of other places down there. There's no doubt. There's a lot of great places to eat. But we've enjoyed it.
And Pasta J's, they name a lot of their dishes after former CU players. Is that your goal as Colorado's head coach, maybe to get a dish at Pasta J's named after you?
That's my number one goal in life, get a dish named after me. So hopefully I'll win enough games that he'll name a dish after me that people would actually order.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Appreciate it.